Hey, this is Dwayne from CashCreationSystems.com, and if you put your money in a bank these days, you're going to notice that at the most in a regular savings account, the bank is giving you about 1% on your money. I'm going to show you a way that you can be collecting around 10% on your money as opposed to the money that the banks are giving you or the interest that the banks are giving you. Basically, for using your money. The bank is going to take your money, they're going to give you maybe 0.5%, and then when they give you that 0.5%, they're going to lend your money out to somebody else, and they're going to make 10%, 15%, or even more from that money. So, today we're going to talk about how instead of you getting 0.5% on your money and letting the banks make more money off of your money, how you can make that same 10% off of your money. And the way that you can do that is something that's called peer-to-peer lending. Peer-to-peer lending is going to allow you to be the bank instead of letting the banks be the one to make all of the money from using your money. Now, what is peer-to-peer lending? Peer-to-peer lending is where you yourself can directly loan money to people, and you loan that money to people through certain websites. And when you loan that money to people through certain websites, you're going to be able to do everything that the bank does. You're going to be able to look at that person's credit report. You're going to be able to determine exactly how much money you want to loan to that person. If that person doesn't pay back the money, the website itself is going to send a collection agent after that person. So basically, you're going to loan the people the money, and all of the runaround that you have to do in terms of collecting the money and everything, the websites are going to actually handle this for you. Now, what we're looking at right now is my own personal peer-to-peer lending website. And you'll see that I'm collecting more than 10% on my money. So we're going to look at how you can actually, we're actually going to go inside of here and we're going to loan somebody some money. I'm actually going to buy what's called a banknote right now. So if you look, you'll notice my initial investment, I actually started off with very little in this account, but it was doing so well that I said, let me add more. And to this point, I've invested $5,000 in banknotes. And if you look at my returns so far, it's $691. So I'm doing over 10%. So I'm going to come here to, I created searches. And in these searches, I already have a certain criteria that I've set up for people that I loan money to. So I'm going to come here, and I like to get the higher interest rates, so I'm going to sort by yield. And here's somebody who's asking for $30,000 at 15% interest. Now, I don't determine what the interest rate is going to be. The website actually determines what the interest rate is going to be. And the interest rate is determined by that person's credit report and other factors. But if I loan this person some money, I'm going to get 15% interest on my money. So let me look at this person's credit report and see if I'm interested in loaning. And although this person is actually asking for $30,000, I'm just going to invest a very small banknote. I don't have to loan them the entire amount. I can loan them as small as $25. And what I tend to do, I do $25 banknotes. So if the person doesn't pay back, the most that I lose with that particular person is $25. But at this stage, I have 291 banknotes, and I've only had 3 people default so far. So let me look at this person's credit report. Their interest rate is 15%, and I see that they rated them as a C, but I'm not concerned with that. There's certain things I look at to determine if I want to loan this person money. I look at things like how much money they currently owe, and this person is in debt $32,000. I see their bank card utilization. So in other words, their credit cards, what percentage are they already using up on their credit cards? And this person's using up 63%. The person owns a house, their debt to income ratio is 30%, and their length of status is they've been at their job, they're employed and they've been at their job for 6 years, and they make between $75,000 and $99,000 a year. So basically, everything that I really need to know in order to determine if I want to loan this person money, I already see it right here. And for this particular person, am I going to give this person a loan? Cecilio, should I loan this person money?
Yeah.
You feel I should loan them money? Okay. We're going to pull you into the shop for a second. Come say why you feel we should loan them money.
Simple, because everyone needs a chance at life. Everyone needs an opportunity. People make mistakes, and I believe in second chance. And if you could take a chance on them, I guarantee that they'll be forthcoming and do what's right, because they've already made their mistakes.
Okay, I agree with you and I disagree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you that everybody deserves a second chance on life. You're absolutely right. The question is, do I want to give them a second chance with my money, or do I want to make my money grow so that I could retire? When I retire, I could live comfortably, I could live safely. And do I want to be the one to give them that second chance, or do I want someone else to loan them the money and give them the second chance? But when I loan out my money, I loan it out where I can almost guarantee that I'm going to get a return on it.
Of course. You see, you're not going to just give them the money. You're going to teach them how to use that money to build. And once they become a student of yours, they will definitely do the right thing so that both of you can make money.
That you're right about. And one of the reasons, and I thank you for saying, what's your name?
My name is Dr. Bartolome Marcus.
Very good to meet you, Dr. Bartella Marcus. And that's one of the reasons we're out here with Cash Creation Systems, teaching people different things about finances, about investing, ways of making money. Now, but for this particular person, I'll never get to meet them. It's just somebody where I'm going to the website and I'm deciding, am I going to loan them some money so that I can get a return on my money, or am I not going to loan them? So I'll never get a chance to speak to this person, to meet them. In this case, I wouldn't give this person the money for one particular reason. Now notice, when we look at the percent funded over here, it's showing them this person is asking for $30,000, and so far they already have $15,000. Other people have already contributed to loan them the money. So they're going to get their money. The question is, do I want to be one of the people to give them the money? And I'm going to say no for one reason. The one thing that's going to make me say no is when I look at their revolving credit balance. How much money do they currently owe? They owe $32,000.
Okay.
And they're asking, and their salary is between 75 and 99. That's a little too high for me. I'd probably be more comfortable if they owed maybe no more than 15,000, even 20. But that 32,000 is going to scare me away, so I'm going to pass on this particular person. So I'm going to say hide, and I'm going to look at the next person. And while I'm looking at the next person, we're going to pause for a second, and let me ask you, we still have you in the shot, what do you think of what we're out here doing?
I think what you're doing here is great. You know, there's so many people who doesn't have the slightest idea about investment, doesn't have the slightest idea about owning their own business. I promote people to, especially our people, to own their own business, you know, to get involved in structuring the finances so that they will have a future, something to live for in the future. And what you're doing is great, and I must commend you, and I hope you continue to do what you're doing.
Thank you, thank you. We definitely appreciate that, and that's what we're about. We're about not only people learning about getting their own businesses, and we talk about that as well. We talk about things such as setting up your entities, setting up your LLCs and your corporations and partnerships and so forth, and how to structure that business. But we also talk about little things that you can do to bring in money, whether it's peer-to-peer lending. We were just talking about stocks, commodities, currencies, passive income. So those are the things that we want people to learn. We want people to realize that if you think that all of your money is just going to come from a job, you're going to find yourself, when you get to those retirement years, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You have to learn ways of developing passive income streams. Okay? So we're at this next person now. Let's take a look at the next person we have here. And here's another one. $25,000 this person's asking for. And let's look at the credit report. They already have 74% of the money that they're asking for. So what do we see on their credit report? Their debt-to-income ratio is 24. How long have they been at their job? 16 years. They make between $50,000 and $75,000. Their debt, $5,365. Their bank card utilization, 62%, and they don't own a house, they're a renter. So I'm going to ask you again, should I lend this person money?
Well, before lending anyone money, you have to evaluate them. And this one seems to have a pretty fair credit rating, and this is someone that, yes, you could take a chance with.
And I agree with you 100%. If I loan this one money, I feel very strongly that I'm going to get my money back. So I'm actually going to do a $25 banknote. I click on Invest Now. And now I've just, as I click Confirm, I've just chose to loan that person money. I've just bought a banknote. Now what's going to happen is the website is going to check this person out. The company for the website, they're going to check the person's, they're going to check to make sure that they really work at the job that they say they work at, that they've been there the amount of years that they say that they've been at that job. They're going to check to make sure that that person really lives at the address that they live at and so forth. And once the website's done their checking, and they agree or they feel comfortable, then they're going to put the loan through. They're going to send the money out. So basically all I'm doing is loaning a little bit of money, and the website is doing all of the work. And as a result of that, now I'm collecting 10% on my money instead of the 1% that the banks are giving you these days. So peer-to-peer lending, an excellent way to make money. And I'm going to go to, let's go back. We're going to do an overview of this account. And like I said, this is actually my own personal account. We're going to look at how I've done with the peer-to-peer lending. And when we come to it, I have 292 banknotes, 2 notes sold off, and 1 note is charged off. So I had 292 banknotes where I'm currently collecting money. I've only had 3 defaults out of all of those people, doing better in the banks. And 64 people have paid off early.
Yeah.
So collecting money from all of these people, peer-to-peer lending actually gives you the opportunity to do exactly what the banks are doing and to collect the kind of interest that the banks collect, rather than you loaning your money to the bank at 1%, so the bank can then loan it out to somebody else for 10% or 15%. So it's an excellent thing to do. If you go to our website, which is cashcreationsystems.com. I have here's the banner at the bottom. for Prosper.com. You could click on and sign on to Prosper. We're an affiliate, so if you sign on through our affiliate link, we get recompensed for it, and then you can send me an email and I will give you my screening process, the process that I use for doing the peer-to-peer lending. And as you saw from my portfolio, 292 successful banknotes, only 3 defaults, and 62 banknotes already paid off. So you can email me, dfuller@cashcreationsystems.com, and I'm going to let our friend here sign us out.
Yes, this was a very brief introduction to this cash flow system, and I want to thank
Dwayne Fuller.
Dwayne Fuller for the work that he's doing. My name is Dr. Berchela Marcus. I'm the Community Director for the Borough of Brooklyn, servicing and advocating for the people of Brooklyn. So I want to thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, the young entrepreneurs you have with you,
Cecilia and Christian.
Cecilia and Crystal, for the work that they're doing along with you. You know, you have a great mentor. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. And I hope to see you once again in our community doing even more work. Thank you.
Thank you, and this is Dwayne signing off.